Welcome to the Queen's Lair, a lifestyle podcast. Get inspired by our latest tips and information about small business, entrepreneurship, natural hair, travel, food, and even relationships. Stay tuned for another great episode. I am your host, Renee Patrice. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into my podcast once again. We are 3 days into May, and it is Tuesday. And it is, usually I do something on my Instagram called Talk Tuesday, where I take some sort of quote and people talk about it or respond to it in my stories. So I said, you know what, I'll bring it to the podcast. But I saw this quote and I thought it was really impactful, so I'm going to share it. It talks about healing, right? It's a very simple quote, but here we go. It says, "We heal through release and surrender, not by suppression." We heal through release and surrender, not by suppression. So I know that, and I've been guilty of this myself, where we feel like if we hold things in and just keep going, that we will find healing that way. You know, don't worry about it right now. Just sweep it under the rug right now. We'll get through it. But what I have learned is exactly what this quote is saying, is that in order for you to heal, you have to truly realize what needs the healing and release it. Release it. Release it into the universe. Release it into the atmosphere. Surrender it. This is what they used to say in church. Surrender your issues to God. You know, you have to release it, because if it's something that you constantly hold on to, it can turn into stress. It can turn into fear. It can jolt your anxiety. It can tip off depression, all sorts of things. Cause disease. You know, disease. People don't even think about the word disease. Disease is dis-ease. Not at ease. Uneasy. This is what look, you want to learn a little bit in this world? Pick apart a word and the roots of a word. Right? So whatever it is that you're dealing with, and I know people are dealing with some heavy things, but whatever you are dealing with, if there is a way that even over time, little by little, you start to release whatever that fear is, whatever that hurt is, whatever that failure is, whatever is plaguing you and dragging you down, release it, surrender it, because that is the only way you are going to heal. Healing doesn't come any other way. It just doesn't. Even when you get a cut, you have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. You have to do everything you can to tend to it. You can't just ignore it. You get a cut in your hand, you can't ignore it. You have to run it under cool water. You have to clean the cut. You got to get the peroxide. You got to get the cotton. You got to get in there and clean house, right? That's the only way that you're going to heal. So whatever you got going on within, start little by little. And it doesn't happen overnight. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, because it does not. But you got to little by little address what is causing the dis-ease within your spirit. And that is a surefire way to get on the road to healing. It is especially important for this message for the month of May, all year round, but especially the month of May, because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, right? Mental Health Awareness Month, and you guys know how much I support therapy. It is something that I absolutely love and has helped me so much through many hurtful things that I've been through. And I'm telling you, You may think, well, I'm going to sit down and talk to them. What are they going to do? Listen, when you have a neutral party who doesn't know you, who doesn't know your significant other, who doesn't know your family, who doesn't know anything about you, they literally are just reading what you give them, right? And the thing about therapy is don't hold back. Give them everything you have so they can make great evaluations. And when you find a great therapist who is in tune, oh my goodness, it's like a thing of beauty. And here's another thing too that you got to learn about therapy. Therapy is not going to give you the answers, right? Your therapist is not going to hand you answers. It's not their job to do that. A therapist's job is to jog your memory, to jog your brain, to give you other avenues and outlets to come to the best conclusion that is going to work for you. So and that's another thing too, if you have a therapist that's telling you what to do, you need to do this and you need to do that. No, this is not your friend. This is a therapist. The therapist is trying to lead you, right? Trying to help lead you and help you navigate through your own feelings so that you come up with the best solution that is going to work for you. So we don't want therapists that are going to tell us what to do. We just need a great therapist that is going to help guide us, right? Going to help guide you on your path of what is going to work for you. Because you may have the same problem as Susie. Susie may have the same problem as Bobby. Bobby may have the same problem as Joanne or whatever. Everybody got the same problem, but everybody's path to healing and correction or whatever it is different. It's going to be different because you have different personalities. Like they say, different strokes for different folks. It's true. My path to healing for specific things that I'm going through may be different for somebody else who's going through the same thing. You know, the paths to healing, there's many different avenues, streets, you know, highways and byways for all different types of healing. And you have to find the one that works best for you. So we heal through release and surrender, not by suppression. So if you can find yourself a great therapist, please do. There's so many different services out there. If you need services, let me know. I will send you. Matter of fact, let me find a couple of them right now so I can tell you. There's BetterHelp.com. There's therapyforblackgirls.com. There's Black Men Therapy. Look, do some research. Because there is no reason for anybody to be living in fear. There's no reason for you to get up every day and have anxiety. There's no reason for you to get up every day and you feel like you can't go on because depression has a toll on you. There's no reason for it. No reason. You can get help. You don't have to be subject to that for the rest of your life. I know it's hard to see that now. I know it's hard to see. How can I heal from this? This was such a painful thing. Oh my gosh. The violence that I went through, the depression that I went through, the abuse that I went through. Listen, we have people in our lives from every facet of our being who have been through things that are some things that are unimaginable, unmentionable. But you can get through it. I promise you, you can get through it. It may take time, but you can get through it. But you can't hold it in. You have to release it. I don't know who that was for. I know this is something I've dealt with myself, and I have had to learn how to not hold on to hurt and bitterness and, that negative mindset. That's something that I had to learn for myself, and have been navigating that for years. And it's been amazing. It's so wonderful when you can let go of bitterness and you can let go of hurt, because that means that it doesn't control you anymore. If a situation is constantly making you bitter and constantly hurting you, it's because it's still in control of you. We can't help when people or situations hurt us. We can't help when people or situations make us bitter. We can't help what they do, but you can help how you respond. And that doesn't mean it's not going to hurt. That doesn't mean you're not going to feel bitter for a moment, but you got to let it go. You got to release that, because it's only going to come back on you. Meanwhile, those people who hurt you, those people who made you bitter, they done moved on. They're in their life. They're chilling. They don't even know what they did to you. They're completely unaware. But you're still over in the corner harboring all this resentment. For what? Like I said, it's not an overnight process, but it can be done. You can heal. Find me on social media at Onyx Queen Media. Like, share, subscribe to this podcast. Let me know that you're watching. Tag me on social media. I will repost you in my stories on Instagram. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye. Online savings simplified. Don't search for coupon codes ever again. With one click, Honey's smart shopping assistant will automatically apply discounts to your cart in seconds. Save on all your favorite things. Easily pay less for products you're already buying online. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Join Honey for free. It takes 2 clicks to add Honey to your Chrome, Safari, Firefox, or Opera browser. Find savings in seconds. While you shop, Honey will find working promo codes across the entire internet, and you save instantly. With one click, Honey will apply the best deals to your cart. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? Get Honey. Download it today. Visit our link, www.tinyurl.com/ONYXHONEY. That's www.tinyurl.com/Onyx Honey. Start saving right now.